What? I don't understand.
I will not deceive our listeners. He was
What?
just talking some shenanigans. We were
Exactly. Say no to drugs. Say no on drugs.
Exactly.
On break
Stays on break. That's right. That's why we on break. That's right. Break stuff is stuff say that other people not supposed to hear.
Stay in Vegas.
That's right.
But we at the station, and it typically gets aired or broadcast. So.
And now that we're back, we can all sing Kumbaya.
No.
Let's hold hands.
Carlibia don't know that.
I love you. You my girl. All right. All right.
Like, grab that mic extra tight. Like, please don't touch my hand. I like you and all, dog, but I got a line. He put a kung fu grip on that mic and had a little jitter to it. Don't kill it, Mike. Don't kill it. Don't touch my hand.
Kumbaya.
Choking it.
And Carlibia so compliant, singing
She a
Kumbaya.
good girl. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Make me want to pull your braid.
You grabbed it too far.
That's why she got the two loosed. For that specific purpose.
Just for that.
That's right. Just in case somebody want to ride.
Your
That's
birthday,
right.
girl. You
That's
do whatever
right.
you like.
Make it do what it do. Okay. Got a little birthday dance and everything. She been practicing.
We got cameras. We got pick up
I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. It's early.
You might need a vaccine shot by the time we finish. Make sure you don't catch nothing. The insanity is contagious. I'm just trying to tell you.
Okay.
It's contagious.
But that's how our families are. They cray.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Especially mine.
Really? Why?
Especially.
What's going on in your family?
Ooh. I ain't even gonna put them on blast like that.
No, he's out there now.
They crazy though.
What
the
crazy
family,
things
the
do they
names
do?
of the family members have been changed to protect the innocent.
Exactly. Ray, Bubba, Junebug. Okay, go ahead.
Like my mom. She just had a stroke.
Okay.
And
Is that good or bad?
I mean, it's not good.
Okay.
She's okay.
Okay.
She's okay.
Okay.
She was actually went from the hospital to rehab to the nursing home. And she just discharged herself from the nursing home.
She grown, right?
She grown,
So she can do that if she want to.
but
She ain't in prison.
no, but like you need around the clock care. And I can't be there 24/7. So the fact that she's doing this is just like, really, Mom?
Right.
I'm
Well,
about to go.
But apparently she feels okay.
But that's her mind telling her that.
Right. Because
Well,
your
but-
mind would say you one thing, but your body.
But what's her mind supposed to say? You broke down, stay in the bed, don't ever move, don't live life.
Well, no, I
Oh,
mean,
her
she
mind
can still
supposed to
get
say
out.
be reasonable.
Exactly. So she went up and went to Walmart. That's reasonable.
That
At
probably
2
was-
o'clock in the morning with a shower cap and her gown with the butt out.
Did the stroke affect anything?
Yes. So she's not all the way paralyzed on her left side, but she had to learn how to walk again.
Limited
And
mobility.
everything, yes. Like, she was literally saying, Libby, make sure you call me in the morning because I got to go to work. Like, Mama, where you going?
To work.
You can't even walk, baby. Like, no.
There's some jobs
So it
you
took
can
strain
do
on her
laying
memory,
down.
too.
Yeah.
It took strain on her memory.
Because she still thinks that she's
So no,
able
she's
to.
not supposed to be checking herself out of the hospital.
No.
If she wasn't supposed to, then she wouldn't have been able to. So apparently she could, or else there'd be the security card there saying, ma'am, go back to your room. But if you can check it, it's not like she crawled out the window. So if she crawled out the window, then maybe,
Right.
you know, but if she could check herself out, then apparently the powers that be at the nursing home, the doctors, the nurses, apparently feel that she's of a certain state where she can do that.
No, I'm sure it was a hospital. Nursing home not gonna let her walk out.
Well, the nursing home, they said, being that she's quote unquote in her right mind,
Mhm.
they can't keep her against her will. Even if I had
Exactly.
the power of
That's
attorney
called
and
prison.
everything, So
Mhm.
they let her go.
Don't be trying to lock up your mama. Mama, be free.
Bless her. But be
free.
safe.
Uh-huh.
Free.
But be
safe.
safe.
I'll meet you at
Yeah.
Walmart 2 o'clock in the morning. Bring the shower cap. I got you, girl. I'm just all I'm saying.
You know, he'll be wearing the pajama pants with the dirty socks and the Adidas
Exactly.
flip-flops.
You just want the best for your mom, you know, even because
Right.
I can't be there 24/7 because of everything I have going on.
Mhm.
And I know in the nursing home, everything is there. She gets
Right.
fed 3 times a day. She's getting
Right.
occupational therapy. On the outskirts, she's got to depend on everybody else. And
Right.
people are there
Right.
for so long before they start, acting funny. We all know how people get nowadays. So
Right.
I just felt that was the best for her.
Place,
So
right.
now it's just like, I have that on my brain now.
She don't have no kind of financial care to help get homemade assistance.
I mean, when she has like Medicare and all that,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't cover as much as it would have
Right.
if she was in a nursing
Right.
home.
It's the same situation I just got finished dealing with my mom. She got outside gardening or something, got an infection, whatever, and she couldn't walk. So after she got out of the hospital, she was in the hospital in a couple of weeks or whatever, they discharged her, and she had to go into full-time rehab. So she was at a rehab facility and stuff like that. She was there for like 30 days trying to whatever, and then she's now back home. But my brother got upset with me because he was like, well, why don't you move mom into your house? Mom didn't want to move into my house. Yeah, but she don't need to be by herself. She not by herself because they have the home health aides and stuff like that. They come to the home 3-4 times a week, do what they got to do. So she's having care. She feels okay. She ain't complaining. And her home, her bed is where she want to be, not with me. So, I got a life. I'm working and whatever. And so why am I going to force her, lock her in the room, put a padlock on the door? Mom, you can't go no place? No, if you want to go home and there's people watching you and you can reasonably whatever, I'm not going to enslave her. But he's like, no, slave her up, keep her, hold her. She don't know what she talking about. She don't know what she need. Lock her down. Put some straps on her. Send her to the...
No, he
I was
didn't.
like, I ain't do
Sound
that,
like, oh,
but
no.
it's like, I ain't going to do all that.
And sometimes being at home is where you recover fastest.
Right.
In an environment
You're familiar.
that you are familiar with. And believe it or not, during the time that I was in the hospital, I didn't get any rest until I left. Because every hour, every 2 hours, somebody's checking vitals, somebody's coming in checking this, checking that. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. Stop touching me.
I'm checking you, right? See if you alive.
But they come in, every 2 hours to check, and then you got the night shift turning over from the day shift, and then they have to wake you all up, and you got 5, 6, 7, 80 people in the room talking about. And our patient is like, first of all, I've been here a minute. If you don't know who I am by now, you already don't need to be here. Go outside and talk about that in the hallway. I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah.
So there is.
She's one of them ornery patients. It's like, we here to help you, and we want to make sure we don't cut your leg off, so we need to know your date of birth, But yet you don't want to say nothing, so now you wake up and you missing a kidney, and you won't wonder why. Because we thought you were Bubba instead of Guns. So now you missing a kidney.
I've never been confused for Bubba, but thank you for that explanation.
I'm just
I
saying.
appreciate it.
I had an operation. I was in the hospital, and I had an emergency operation, and I was like in there for like 2 weeks or whatever. They thought they could.
Circumcised?
No, they were able. That was done
Hurry up, get that turtleneck off.
many years ago. I am circumcised, thanks to my parents. Someone
Thank
share
you,
that.
Dr. Business.
Put it out.
I actually have the evidence of if you want to come by, show and tell. I can show you little
You got a
gristle.
made out of
Yeah,
it?
Yeah, put a little. we can do one of them things that they do with the little pot in the middle, and you like can the fondue. We can take what you call the foreskin and put it in the fondue thing and like put a marshmallow on it and
Make a s'more
yeah,
salad.
that's probably
It's beef jerky by now.
people be eating their afterbirth, right?
What was you
Exactly.
about to talk about?
They be
Go
sauteing
back to
it.
that.
You the one bringing up the foreskin. You brought that up. You went down
done
that
took
whatever.
Go far.
had an emergency
I did.
surgery.
So
back.
they rushing me. I'm like, well, first, I wasn't there for no surgery. So there was no elective surgery, nothing like that. They was like, we got an emergency. You gonna die if we don't, whatever. I'm like, how you gonna tell me I'm gonna die? Yeah, I'm talking, I'm moving, I'm in a little pain, but I ain't certainly not die level yet. So why you gonna try to cut me up? You just trying to get another paycheck. So I'm the only patient, I'm trying to whatever. So I'm like, all right, well, before you put me under, give me a magic marker. I'm writing stuff on my body. Do not touch. Do not touch. Do not. If this the area you want, all right, touch here, but not. Walk out, you got
And
no
as soon
legs,
as he
no
washed
arms.
out, they wiped down with some rubbing alcohol. Put a big target on the stomach.
Cause they be making too many mistakes.
They do.
He woke up with a
the
picture
commercial.
on
They
his
had a
face,
commercial,
right?
and they had the cell phone still sewed in the belly, and it was ringing. Talking about, can you hear me now? Type, and the cell phone was in the belly. I don't want no cell phone in my belly. I'm just throwing that out there. So if you got to go to the hospital, mark up your stuff. Do not touch, so they
Well,
won't
magic
touch
mark.
your stuff.
Right.
Exactly.
Now, I did, when I came out of the hospital or after my surgery, I did ask for the inventory sheet because they...
Inventory of what? Body parts?
No, when they do surgery, they have an inventory sheet, 2 scalpels, 5 swabs, this, that, whatever. I wanted to know that they checked off everything that they said that they got out. So there was nothing left.
Do you think they gonna not check
No,
something?
They will.
No, they
If
won't.
they
Everything
can't-
gonna be checked. If they gonna leave a scalpel in you, they ain't gonna
No.
admit they left a scalpel
But
in
listen, it is not the same people that do the surgery. The one that says, when they say prepare,
you. Right.
OR3, that is someone going and taking inventory, dictating
Yes.
whatever thing you're going to get.
Here are these 10 items.
Right. And then whoever comes back in, it is not the doctor that performs surgery.
Of course not.
The other person then has to do the same thing.
And they gon-
And if
and-
something is missing, then they're going to go back and say, yo, you got a scalpel missing. Y'all might want to...
Check the patient.
Before you wake up, you might want to do a CAT scan, ultrasound, get a magnet, and find out where it is.
To fix the mistake, but they'll never
To
admit a
find it.
mistake.
Right.
That's something I found out about. They ain't gonna admit no mistake. They will not admit wrongdoing, because that's a lawsuit waiting to happen right there.
Shut down the whole
And you a
franchise.
hospital? Shoot, $50 billion. Well, doctor business payable too. Shut the whole thing down. That's right. So they'll fix it before they admit to it, if they even
Or
well
try to
whatever.
settle and all that.
There was an episode that I saw on television. It was 911, I think it was, or whatever. No, it was one of them, medical whatevers, and they did an operation, and they left. You know how you use gauze to like get the blood out and stuff. Well, the person went into the hospital in pain. They've been living with this pain for 20 years. Operation was 20 years ago. They left gauze inside the person, and it kept creating pain, and they whatever, and they do the X-rays and stuff like that. Nobody saw anything because I guess it was so
fiber,
thin and
so it
whatever,
doesn't-
so it blended
It's
in.
a black
Yeah, of
lady.
course, it's always black.
I seen
Should know
that. I seen that show. I seen that episode.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so
and all that stuff.
so they finally whatever. They said this was from 20 years ago type thing, and they still had pieces of the operation in her. So that happens.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
So we hope that our medical community is paying far more attention and
Absolutely.
the actual, this is not a test. This is not a test. Like,
This is life and death type stuff.
Absolutely.
You mess up, somebody die.
Absolutely. And it's the same thing in everything that we do. If you mess up, literally someone's dream could die.
That's
if
right.
you say the wrong thing.
That's right.
Someone's vision could die if you do the wrong thing. Someone's reputation could die,
Right.
if you do the wrong thing. And I don't think people ever consider how we are connected.
That's
and how
true.
what I do impacts you and so on and so forth.
That is so true.
Especially in a melanin community. We are so
Black folk.
yes.
Some people may not know that. I just throw that out there.
I just say that because not everybody's African American, there's different ones, and melanin could even go for the Hispanics or the Latino community. But if we recognize that what I do impacts you, it impacts our what happens in my house impacts my neighborhood, which impacts my community, which impacts the people around me, and it just
Society,
continues to
the world.
spread all over. We had an episode earlier, we were talking about how media is only showing, because the statement was made, it's an evil world. It's, so much bad in the world. But I've always believed that there's more good than bad, except the only thing advertised and shown is the bad. That's what's enhanced. That's what movies are made of. That's what music beats are dropped to. That's what, images are. Just sending off that negative energy. But we have the blessed part of having a platform to change that dynamics. We might be the only one, but at least we're the one.
Right.
We are the voice of the community. The community is not just downtrodden only. So finding those good news stories, those, upcoming events and activities. Hey, listeners, 877-342-7770. If you have an event coming up where it highlights you giving back, it highlights you doing something in the community, we want to hear about it. We want an opportunity to be there, to showcase you, to support you, to advertise for you, and to let people know that we ain't all just going to hell in a handbasket at the speed of lightning.
Right.
Or light. I said lightning.
Lightning is fast too. Yeah, it's fast. Yeah.
Both as well.
Mm-hmm.
We all choking up here. What's
I
wrong?
know. What's going on? Don't look at me like that.
You started it, I came. Where you going?
And the only person not choking is.
Did you put something in the vents when you came in?
See.
You gonna take us
He
all
all
out so you
innocent.
can
Look, he
ride
all
that.
innocent. Look at all innocent and stuff.
We all
like
gonna
he ain't do
die
nothing
one
wrong.
at a time. He gonna be like, nah, this is gonna be the real shot. What's good? What's good?
You've been drinking that water. I met with somebody, and they have this invention where when people go out to a club and stuff like that, or a bar or whatever, and they're drinking and they're not paying attention, they came up with these little covers to put over beer, to put over your wine
drink or
glasses,
whatever.
your drink or whatever, so that you won't get roofied or somebody will slip something in it or whatever. And everything was custom made, and it was all fancy designs and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it protected your drink. Now, somebody could remove it, but it's a little bit more obvious. It's not as easy
Right.
if somebody slips something in.
Okay.
That's
So
actually like that.
they had somebody, a family member, that was caught up in some date rape something because somebody slipped something in their drink. So their way, and what is it? Create something is the invention of the mother of something. If something bad happened, turn that into good.
Oh yes.
So
Trouble or something is the invention of creativity.
your
or something like that.
tragedies, your downfalls, the things that didn't work right, the things that burden you, the things that wake you up at 2 o'clock in the morning. These are things that you need to now devote your energy and your passion to because they're tied to your purpose. So we don't see things, we don't go through things, we don't experience things just to say, oh, okay. Because that's what we do on social media. Somebody died. Oh, okay. Somebody lost a leg. Oh, okay. Somebody broke. Oh, okay. Somebody twerking. Oh, okay. Somebody stripping. Oh,
Hit like.
you know. So the things that we're exposed to them for a reason. If you see something, say something. If something is wrong, do something about it. If you don't like something, fix it. We like to sit on the sidelines and just watch with the camera and putting it out on social media. So we good for video cameraing and taking pictures and that kind of stuff. Okay, person getting beat up. Can you at least say stop?
Right. Call the police.
Use your little camera phone to call 911.
Can you pause that?
Something. Help, scream. You there. Shh, you're messing up my video sound. It's like, is it really that important for you to be able to stream somebody getting beat up or somebody getting shanked or something?
That stuff breaks my heart.
We need to help each other. We need to love each other. We need to bring back that whole village mentality with each other. We need to be there for each other. We are our brothers and our sisters' keeper. Not this crab barrel mentality and we want you to do bad. We all watching folks. We want to tear them down. Try to find the bad. Try to look at the cup half empty versus half full. And
And that's because I am not where I need to be. So I need to pull you down so I don't look as bad.
so I can feel good about
Right.
myself.
It'll show you how much people don't know themselves.
That is so true. How does a person get to know themselves?
Asking questions. Honestly, and you can ask anybody. You can take meat from a lot of people and leave the bone. Everything might not apply to you. But if you actually care to find out, you'll find out. 'Cause when you care to find out, it's going to be when you don't have no choice but to find out. So, I mean, a lot of people end up in that position where they sitting with their back against the wall, trying to figure out something that they could have figured out without their back actually being pressed against the wall.
Right.
Just
But
like that little kid who was 5 years old that walked up to me and said, "Are you my daddy?"
Really?
So I was like, "Do you look like me?"
No, I would've
You a
asked-
white
I
kid,
would've
get
said,
away.
Where's Where's your mama?
Right.
Where's your mama?
I ain't even want to know what a mama was. It was like, kid, ask somebody else. I don't know who your mama is, but I knows where my stuff has been planted.
But you see how early he's so misguided.
Exactly, he's trying to find his daddy.
Men, is you my daddy? Where's your mama at?
Right.
Or your grandmama?
Ask your mama who your daddy is.
Should've been
If she
asking
know.
that.
If she know. She probably said, I don't know. Ask around. He probably take it literally.
Well, it could be, and if not, but it's definitely it's definitely not him. Yeah. But his brother, I don't.
See, but I got a lot of my answers from. I ain't gonna say a lot of my answers, but I have got a good amount of answers to my puzzle of myself from strangers. From strangers, from somebody that I've never met before, but knew exactly what I was going through by looking at me. Didn't even have to say anything. Just felt my glow or felt my aura and gave me some words for me to go and find more revolving around that.
Right.
And I mean, it opened up a lot of doors, and I definitely believe in angels. Just as well as everybody believes in demons, I believe in angels.
We entertain angels unaware.
Unaware. Yeah.
That's why we can't abuse people.
That's why
and
you
talk
gotta-
bad to people, because you never know who it is that you're putting down, who it is that you're talking about, because it will come back around. What goes around comes back around. You throw out negativity gonna come back your way.
Absolutely.
That's right.
I learned a lot about messengers. And it's a lot of messengers. We speak things out into the world. There's little messengers carrying it back. You feel me? And that's why I learned how to be quiet. Like, if I don't have nothing really to say out loud, I'll be quiet. Like, I speak to when I'm spoken to. Half the time, it's not my position to talk. Because when it's time for me to talk, I'm on it. I'm on you. So I
And
know
when you
to
have
talk.
nothing positive to say,
Exactly.
that's also another time. Shut your mouth.
But some people need some rude talk sometime to get them on a positive road. Like my dog. I can tell my dog something. I can tell my dog something.
Wait, your boy, your dog, or your dog, your four-legged dog?
Both.
Okay,
I'm
good job.
comparing both of them.
Okay, got it.
It's the same
I had to
thing.
make sure we were on the same.
I can talk to my homeboy and I
Right.
can tell him something in a nice way about how getting something done. And it won't be received. Like, he'll sit back and, you feel me, he'll still be sitting there like
can't hear
20
you.
like 20 minutes later he's still doing the same thing. Then you sit
Right.
there and yell at him, add a little curse word, and he's like, bro, I was finna do it, man, relax. They ain't gonna know you doing it.
Right.
Let me just that's
Well, that's tough love.
That is.
And you have relationship.
but some people need tough love, even if they don't know they need it.
But don't do that with somebody you're going to have a relationship with, because that's how you get a cat popped in your butt. you someplace and
Then that
somebody
wasn't a
doing something.
relationship.
And,
Right.
well, yeah, it was a stranger.
Yeah, you know how to talk to people in
He
general.
shank you in the
means-
back.
Nah.
I don't want you to get shanked.
Oh yeah, of course not. Like, nah, you definitely gotta know how to talk
me,
to
you
people.
step
but
up to me, I'ma let
brother.
you know, and the Rock gonna come out, and the Hulk gonna be, I'ma take you out. That's what. Oh, I get guns to do it.
And that sounds more realistic. That I can believe. Your tough guy attitude was turning very blue collar. Very white.
Right.
White collar? Blue collar. White collar.
I got a blue
It's turning
collar
very
on,
white collar.
so
You got it. No, it's
okay,
very white
I'm
collar.
trying to be with the people.
Okay, guys.
Trying to be
If
down.
Yeah, I'm
you
trying to be down.
mess with me
Blue
one more
collar.
time, I'm gonna call my people to talk to your people. That's what Dr. Biz be.
and you're not gonna like what they tell you on Monday.
Yeah, yep.
Exactly.
Say you've got one more time, buddy. Who was that? Somebody said you got 0 more chances and 0 more times.
That's right.
My best friend tell her kids that you got 0 more chances and 0 more times. I'm like, sit down. Please sit down. I can rescue you with 1 more. I can't help you with 0 more. She got twin 3-year-olds.
Oh, wow.
Boys.
Handful.
Like, what? She's like, when do you want your godkids? When they turn 11?
But with boys, it has to be teenagers, because that's when boys mellow out, when they become teenagers.
No, I still take them I still want them when they're kind of, young and cute. Teenagers today, I might just have to punch them. I don't want to go straight into that.
Yeah.
So, what you say?
I did have to do that a few times. It's like with the teenage boys, like your, what do you call them? They're not nieces, they're
Nephew?
nephews. Yeah, them. And they start smelling themselves, and you got to like punch them in the chest. I've done that a few times. So,
My dad was in Saudi Arabia during the Gulf War, and my mom had my
Saddam.
brother.
okay. Tell them I said
My
hi.
mom had, he ain't around. My mom had my brother, and all of a sudden, my brother did something, and she popped him. And he bucked up, still scrawny, but eye to eye. He said, that didn't hurt.
Ugh.
My mom was like, Okay. She went back. We call it her whooping outfit. Some white Nike Reeboks, some gray sweatpants, and his first in the 509th race T-shirt. She got a tall glass of ice water and got it together. I was like, yo, she changed clothes, dude. My mom took a long drink. And what's crazy is the whole time she took her time. She didn't run. She took her time. Somewhere in the back of my brother's cerebral, he knew not to move out that spot. Right where he bucked up at is right where he stood. She went, got her a cool drink, came back by my brother. She said, that didn't hurt. No, ma'am. Straight Rocky, round for round. My mom went and threw some blows on him. What? Shout out to my moms. My brother is so good to his woman and to my mom and my sisters. But I understand that anybody else would see that as abuse. But here is my mother raising a teenage boy while his only father figure is fighting a war. He wasn't a deadbeat dad. He was at war. You know, this is what he did to provide for his family. My mom was like, bruh, here we go. And we still, my brother hates that story.
Really?
If you're listening, Uncle Mike, my bad.
Got beat by a woman.
He did, but
Wow.
you had to learn respect.
You ever
can't
get beat
do
by a
that to
woman
kids
before?
today.
Really?
Yeah, I love my mama.
Okay. By a woman who not your mama?
Nah,
Nah. You sure?
I'm positive.
It's okay. You can
Beat
tell.
beat on? No. Put hands on? Yeah, I'm sure. I didn't had a feeling put her hands on me, but beat me? No.
Get your hands off me.
No, my mama beat me.
Really?
Wire hangers, plywood.
Oh Lord.
What?
Yeah.
You was
I
bad.
wasn't bad though.
You get
I
out of
was
here.
not. No.
Just like that prisoner who in prison talking about I'm
I ain't
innocent.
guilty,
They got
I'm
the
innocent.
pictures, the video, the whole nine, bloody hand talking about it wasn't me.
So my mom, she was really strict on me. So like she would get mad about things like being on the phone after 10 o'clock.
Because the rule was
I
not to
know
be
it's
on the
the
phone
rule.
past 10.
Right.
So what she
That
would
was the
do
rule.
is she would pick up the phone the next morning and redial to see if it was the last number that she actually dialed. Not only
She's
that,
smart.
I got my first job at 12 years old. Been working. So when I got my first car, she would read the mileage.
Exactly.
She would fill the car if I said I was home. If that car is warm,
Oh yeah.
That's
My
right.
mom did that with the
Sound the
TV. When I was little, she would go to church and like, if I ain't go to Bible study, that's fine, but you need to go to bed at
You
whatever time.
was giving her reasons not to trust you though.
Of course she was.
She was just strict though, and I think it was because of my
Inspect
brother.
what you expect. I ain't waiting for you to come home pregnant. I'm going to check you right now so you know what's up. So if you decide to, you need to bring you an extra pair with you because I'm going to check it when you come home.
Oh yeah, she told me at an early age, Lip, if you have kids, you on your own, because I don't raise mine. Here I am today. I don't
Yes.
have any children.
So that must be the difference, cause I don't see myself planning on talking to my daughter about that no time soon. Mainly because I'm gonna keep her occupied with stuff to do. Feel me? Like I feel like guidance is guidance. Like I don't feel like she should have necessarily had to check behind you like that if you didn't give her a reason to. Like that will give you a reason to start doing things like to be rebellious. Well, oh, dang, you already don't trust me. I might as well not be trustworthy then. Like not saying that's a good thing, but I mean that's how especially with females and that's how things end up being.
Right,
So I mean I feel like giving my daughter enough to do, enough lessons to learn that she should. I mean I shouldn't have to necessarily check behind
That's
her like
when
that.
she's in your presence. All these things is when mama wasn't around, outside of her presence.
And consider the
Right, but that's
influences
when-
as other
that's when-
kids and friends in school and around.
And
'Cause
TV and YouTube and
for me,
internet.
my father was a drill sergeant. My mom was a preacher, so I had heaven and hell under the same roof.
Right, but how was your personal relationship with your dad? That's the whole thing. 'Cause
And,
I mean,
and it was still my father. I will say this, and I always say it. My dad was always around in his presence, but we understood that he was a soldier. He was in the U.S. Army for 30 years during a heightened time of war. So again, we understood where our father was and why he wasn't there. The calls home, we wrote letters and things like that. But my mother herself did a great job in making his presence known, even though he wasn't there.
Right.
It's different when, today we have fathers, not even married. It may be, a male and a female have a kid together. They may even live together. But if he's not there, that mother may not be, because she's either unknowledgeable or vindictive, may not be speaking life into that child through the father's words as a relayed message. That's the difference in our household. My parents will be 45, 46 years of marriage come December.
I thought you were going to say 45, 46 years old.
No,
I'm like,
no.
They had you when they
marriage.
were 5.
Right. But at the same time, the trouble and the things that I got into did not come from my household, and it didn't even come from my ideas. It came from the school environment. I went to a great school, but being military, you travel from school to school, and you had to invent yourself, or you could reinvent yourself. Every 2 to 4 years, we were going somewhere new. So literally, that season came when I got into a group of city kids, not military kids like me. Military kids like me, we all had the same mentality, the same idea. We get in trouble, our parents get in trouble, whoever the military person is. It's not just you suspended. Now they're to the carpet, and that's way worse because you impact your whole family. But when I got around city kids that were not military minded, some of them were smart, some were troublemakers, some of them was just slick. I hung out with the slick ones, and then I got educated to a whole new realm of life. Remembered everything my parents said, but here it is, Candyland for me, enticed by this people that are not like me, but they're so intriguing.
Right.
Oh my gosh, you got away with that?
We always want
Like,
what we don't have. True. So it's just like the whole chase in women and men. A man will chase you and chase you and chase you and chase you and chase you. The minute he hit it and get you,
hit it and quit.
I'll see you later. See you when I see you. It's not right.
So you just said man. You can't say the same. Yeah, that's men. That's
Boy.
It's a boy. Right, it's a boy. But
because I
a lot of them have that mentality, especially in their teens and their 20s.
And we're talking about the youth.
I'm not talking about mature people. I ain't talking about responsible people. I'm talking about people that are still playing games out there. And a lot of them do. Unfortunately, at that age, until they grow up or catch an SDT or get some AIDS or something like that, then you get some act right. Sexually transmitted disease.
SDT, that's some new stuff.
That's that new stuff you need to stay away from. Make your stuff just fall right off.
Right. That's stronger than an STD.
Right. STD. That's a little mild, but some of that can be cured. Yeah.
SDTs, you don't come back from. That's it. You don't recover.
But I think it's the difference between being a parent and being a friend. And a lot of times we have a lot of parents that want to be friends.
Yeah.
And we're going to hang out.
My mom ain't never been my friend. My
parents. We're going to go to the club together. We're going to drink together. And we're going to share boys together. And they do that. It's like you can't do that.
And still expect
there's going to be no respect. Because then now you want to correct me. Now you want to spank me. You can't do that.
Right.
We just got finished drinking together. We did shots together. And now you want to. You can't do that. There's a line. You can't cross that line and still wear the parent hat because the child is not going to understand it. But we got to go, family. We love you. We appreciate you. You're the bomb diggity. To the diggities of the bomb.
Ooh.
And we appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
No hoes.
I said, hey,
Ho.
who?
Don't talk.
Hey,
No, we're not talking.
Hip hop hooray.
Good. Clean
Whatever
it up. Clean
you
it up.
are, whatever you are.
No drugs, no alcohol, no hoes. That's the public service. That's our public service announcement.
Now all of a sudden you want to be drug free. Insanely. Thanks,
You're
friends.
tuned in to the Profit and Growth Hour here on WDRB Media.
The voice of the community. Excellent. Did somebody come in? I feel like I heard the door. Feel like I heard. I gotta shoot.